Hey YouTube, it's Alicia here, none other. I am here to talk about WWE, and I'm here this is a wrestling talk, and I've got 5 stories I need to talk about, so we're going to try to go in order, but if I don't, you understand. So the first thing I have to talk about is this Bianca versus Sonya Deville. This is abuse of power. Let me just put that, abuse of power. Sonya did it with Naomi, and Vince McMahon put a stop to that. Now she's doing it again, but with the current Raw is War Women's Champion, Sonya Deville. Now my thing is, every time we turn around, we see her on the phone. When we see her on the phone, she's on the phone with somebody. And I know it's not Stephanie McMahon, because Stephanie McMahon would not order her to mistreat some of these women. And we're going to be talking about Natty a little bit too in this video, but I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, the other thing is, I really want to hear from y'all and think is, do y'all think Sonya Deville is trying to find her way back into the ring by putting herself in title belt opportunities, or giving herself title matches, or is she just abusing her power as an authority figure? And then finally, Adam Pearce said, oh, you can't do that. That's not right. You can't do that. And I want to get y'all opinion on that and stuff like that. To me, I don't think Sonya should be in a title belt. If you hold a position like a general manager type like position, or authority figure like type position, you should not even be in a match. Let's just say, Happy Corbin tried to do that when he was an authority figure, but Vince McMahon clipped that pretty quick, if y'all remember, and thing. So yeah, that's that. All right, so the next thing we have to talk about is this. Okay, let me come back to that right quick. Let's talk about a call up and some returns. So as we've seen, Lacey Evans has made her return. I think she's going to, and she has a new gimmick and stuff. I was very surprised that she came back, but she came back with a new gimmick after having her second baby. And think I want to see this new gimmick. I kind of like the look and stuff. Kind of like the look. It's sort of like what Liv Morgan did last year in during the pandemic, but it's Lacey doing it too. And I just want to see where they're going to take her. Now, I wonder if she's going, with this new gimmick, if she's going to be more of a baby face or more of a heel. The way that she's telling this, I think she might be more between the two, a baby face and a heel. So you got those. Now we have Asuka. Asuka has always been this babyface. She has been babyface. But I'm ready to see her to make her return. And like I'm saying, I'm finna say this. The women's division really needs her right now. And think so, because if I remember, she's still on Raw. So I want to see where they're going to go with her when she finally do make a return. So we got to wonder where she's going to be in there and stuff and think. But she always has been a babyface. I really would want to see Asuka be more of a heel this time around. That's just me. I just want to see her more as a heel. So then the next person we got is Bayley. Bayley will be making her return. I expecting that she probably would be more, still is a heel, because as soon as she left, she was a heel and stuff. Now a babyface, a heel. So I'm expecting that she will still be a heel when she makes her return to SmackDown and stuff like that. So we're gonna have to wait and see where that goes. Now, Raquel Gonzalez, who's now known as Raquel Rodriguez on the main roster, has made her debut. She's on Raw. Wait, SmackDown. She is on SmackDown. Excuse me, y'all. She's on SmackDown and I wonder if she's going to be sort of like a valet type like person and be grouped with Ricardo Rodriguez, Angel Garza, and Roberto Carrillo. I wonder if that's going to be a chance, or they just started her off with a segment with them two and things. I just want to see where she's going to go with that. Or I just want to see what they're going to do with her, because she had a phenomenal 2-year. She had a good 2-year on NXT, and she did well. So we're going to have to see where that's going to go. Now let's talk about Brandi Rhodes for a bit. Brandi Rhodes, as y'all know, Cody Rhodes just made his return to WWE. So my other thing is WWE going to offer his wife a contract? So as y'all know, he's in this sort of abbatical feud right now with The Miz. So I'm going to talk about that at a later date. But I wonder if Brandi makes her return, where she's going to she's going to pick up, going to be her husband valet, come out with her husband, and she's going to be wrestling too. So that's two things we need to wonder. Is she going to come back as a ring announcer, or is she going to come back as a wrestling commentator, a backstage wrestling commentator? So, or be a wrestling commentator on the announce team. So we got to wonder where they're going to put Brandi. I think if she did return, I think she's going to be more of a valet for her husband, because that's more of a lost art in the wrestling industry as we speak. So let's get started. So I wanted to talk about this one thing that I was watching yesterday night. And I was watching Pro Wrestling Unlimited. Pro Wrestling Unlimited inspired me to do this video. And I was talking about all of the baby faces and heels in the men's and tag team, the men division and men's tag team division. They was just talking about that and stuff, and I'm going, wait, but what about the females? They did not talk about the females and things. I wanted to come and just give y'all the heels of 2022 and the baby faces and people who's like between a babyface heel thing. So let's start off with our heels. So with our heels, we have none other Sonya Deville, who is more of a authority figure. She is a heel regardlessly. Look how she did Naomi, and now look at what she's trying to do to Bianca. Okay, you got Becky Lynch, she's a heel. You got Charlotte Flair, they go another heel. You got Zelina Vega and Carmella, that's a heel. You have Shayna Baszler and Natty. They are heels. They are literally heels. So when you think of heels, those are the people who I think of in the females division who are heels. Y'all can disagree with me or not, agree with me or disagree, but you have to admit these women are the heels. Now let me tell y'all who the baby faces. The baby faces right now, I believe, is the is the tag team champions, Sasha Banks and Naomi, Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, Aaliyah, Ronda Rousey, and Xia Li. Those are your baby faces right now. Those are your baby faces right now. Those are the ones who they are your baby faces. These are your baby faces. So those are your baby faces. Those are your baby faces right now in 2021. It might, the spectrum might change after April or after May and stuff going into June. It might change, but right now these are who are the baby faces and who is the baby faces and heels. Now let me talk about people who are, you can't tell if they're baby face or heel, or they have a little bit of the both. So what I'm saying is, when you see Shotzi Blackheart, she's mostly a babyface heel, so she can be babyface, but she can also be a heel. So she has that. And we haven't seen her in months, but I'm thinking she's much more of a heel. Okay. You got Tamina. Tamina's more of a babyface heel right now and stuff. Cause of the programming they're giving her, we're not, that's what we are getting. We're getting a babyface heel from her. Same thing with Dana Brooks and Doudrop. We are getting babyface heel. And with these four, we don't have a definition. They are in the middle of the pack. They are in the middle. They are, like, when I say they're in the middle, we can't tell if they're a babyface or if they're a heel. So that's what I mean by the middle of the pack. They're like babyface or heel. So that's what we are getting. Now let's talk about some female legends that need to return to have one more stint in the WWE. So I'm gonna go in no but typical order. We have 16 women in total. So for the first women I have to talk about is Trish Stratus and Lita. I will want them to return to actually have a reign as the women's tag team champs. Come on, that will be a good match to see. Sasha Banks versus Sasha Banks and whoever is tag team champs, or have Sasha Banks and Naomi both versus Trish and Lita for those women tag team titles. That would be great just to see them having. None other, we could have Nikki and Brie Bella in the same situation for the women's tag team titles. Now, I have Michelle McCool, but I want to put Michelle McCool in two different perspectives. Two different situations. We can see Michelle McCool come back and win a Raw is War Women's Championship or a SmackDown Women's Championship. I will say the SmackDown Women's Championship. It would be kind of cool to see her do that and think, but I will say that she is well deserving. But if it wasn't for her and Layla Ali, we wouldn't have, they are the true pioneers of the women's evolution coming to be having the tag team. Everybody gives the credit to the Bella Twins, but you have to give credit where credit really did start, and that was Michelle McCool and Layla Ali, better known as Laycool. They was the only females that call themselves Laycool. So I think if we brought back Michelle McCool can bring Layla in some kind of way, and they can have a tag team run. I really would want to see both of them have a tag team run. The next one, oh my God, number 4 is Jazz. Now the reason I put Jazz is, one, I think Jazz is owed several things. One, I would want to see her win a women's tag team, women's championship in the WWE one last time, and I think her having one more run in the WWE as also getting a women's championship opportunity. That would be cool. Just to see her to go up against Bianca, that would be great. None other, also a women's tag team championship. So that is that. None other. Now these women, I just want to see another stint in there. I don't know about titles, but yeah, I will just want to see another stint. So another person is Kelly. It has been rumored for months now that she might be making a return for another stint in the WWE. We have Sarah Logan. I would love to see Sarah Logan return and team up with Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley and things. I would love to see that. That's something else. That's something we need. We need to see WWE. Maurice. I think Maurice is deserved of one more stint in the WWE. For her daughters can actually, for her daughters can actually see her win title belts. So yeah. Eve Torres, I would love to see her to make a return. AJ Lee, that's the big person I want to see return. Now, the reason I want to see her make a return, God, is one. It's been years since we've seen her, and I wondered if WWE made that initiative and of inviting her back, would that be an initiative to bring in CM Punk and stuff like that as well? So we'll have to see. Jacqueline, I would want to see Jacqueline come back, because there's certain people I would love to see Jacqueline wrestle. So I would want to see one more stint from Jacqueline. I want to see a stint from Paige. One more stint for Paige, but in a different way and stuff. And thing, because we don't know if she will be able to get in the ring or not. So we want to see Paige to make a return, but not in the wrestling ring, but in a different kind of way. So then we have Alicia Fox. Y'all know I would love to see Alicia Fox just make an appearance, not a full-on stint, but make a couple appearances and stuff like that. So that would be kind of cool to see her do. But then I would love to see Caitlyn make a return and do a long-term stint as well, as long as Victoria too, to see her do a long-term stint. Last but not least, I have to see Cameron, because I want to see Cameron come back, because I want to see Cameron and Naomi do a reunited Funkadactyl reunion match, or see Cameron get a long-term stint. But if I can give one or two honorable mentions for a long-term stint, oh my God, that's the toughest to do, but I can't think of any. But if any of y'all can think of two honorable mentions that deserve to make their return to wrestle and get title belt opportunities, comment below. So we're almost through, y'all. Let me get this back up. And we are going to talk about Queen Sharmell. As y'all know, Queen Sharmell was abducted by her husband, Booker T. And a lot of people on Twitter has made a point that Booker T should have non-inducted her. I'm okay with him abducting her, but Booker T should have been the last resort to abduct Sharmell if it came down to it. And I wrote down two names, some people that should have abducted her. Queen Sharmell, if anybody knows, some of y'all had a lot of complaints about, oh, is she deserving of it and stuff. She was well deserving of it, because before she ever got with Booker T, she had a wrestling career. Let me just make it. She had a wrestling career, but she wasn't known for her wrestling. She was part of the Nitro Girls. So I really thought they would have brought in some of the Nitro Girls to adopt her, but they didn't. So she was known as Paisley. She went by two names. Sharmell went by two names, Paisley and Storm. And during this time when she was known by these two, by Paisley and Storm, she actually was teamed with Alan Funk. If you don't know who Alan Funk is better known as kwee, Kwee, kwee. Okay, I will put the name in the description. And doing that, I really thought the Nitro girls would have came in and abducted her, or Alan Funk came in and abducted her, because she was his valet as well, and she would wrestle with him and stuff like that. And so people felt like, okay, people said, okay, it was nice. It's sensible that they would put her husband to abduct her. I don't have a problem with it, but Booker T should have been the last, let me just say, last resort of abducting her. So if they couldn't get Alan Funk, better known as Kwee, to come and abduct her, then they need to be calling all of the formal reach out on social media or ask, hey, can someone of y'all Nitro girls reach out to the WWE? That should have been it. It should have been Alan Funk, aka Kwee, or the Nitro girls to that Sharmell, and Booker T should have been the last resort to abduct her. But WWE thought they were just doing what was best at the time in abducting Sharmell. I appreciate Booker T. He said a lot of nice things, but I want to put the question out there. Should Sharmell have been abducted by Alan Funk, better known as Kwee, or the Nitro girls? Okay, y'all, that's all I have time for. Until then, don't forget to thumbs up the video. Don't forget to thumbs up this video, comment below, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.